Good morning, good morning, good morning. Coach Micheal Burt. Hope you guys are doing great here at my home office. About to head out to the lodge where we got certified coaches coming in. Very first time I have ever certified coaches. And I'm excited about this because I'm going to be pouring into those coaches over the next 3 days and just teaching them how to coach. Good morning, Mama Mayo. So, last night, if any of you guys watched my video, I was a bit discouraged. First, before we get into that, I'm going to talk about the next best thing that you can do. My name's Coach Burt. I believe everybody needs a great coach in their life. I believe good coaches change your life because they bring strategy, structure, focus, accountability, ideas, encouragement. And if you watched my video last night, Freddie Blanton, I was a bit discouraged. That means courage was taken away because my guy who's running my book campaign said, man, you need to sell 500 more copies, 500 more individual units of the book. And at first it was this number, then it was this number, then it was this number. And so last night I was like, well, dang, man, this is discouraging. Taking courage away, right? So I got on there last night and I said, look, guys, we're going to do an 8-week Not Your Mama's Book Club, Chris. For every person that gets the new book, we're going to do an 8-week. And all I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to show you guys is how to stimulate something. How to get a person to take an action that they may want to do, but for some reason they're scared to do. And that's really what we're going to talk about this morning, is what's the next best decision you can make. Okay, and I've studied this at a very high level. The word decide means to kill something off. The word decision means to cut something away. But this is what people really struggle with. Thank you, Chris. What people struggle with is making a freaking decision. Right, and it's interesting to me because I'm making some big decisions right now. I'm making decisions about the lodge. I'm making decisions about Nashville at the Greatness Factory. I'm making decisions about programs I want to do. I'm making decisions about how to take this book and make it a big hit for everybody. Like people struggle to make decisions. And when one of my virtuals, I had a quote from, I think it was Roosevelt, that said the next best thing you can do is the right thing. The second best thing you can do is the wrong thing. And the third and the worst thing you can do is to do no thing. He said nothing, but I say no thing, right? The worst thing you can do is no thing. So what's the next best move you can make? It typically involves an action, Greg Smith. It typically involves an action. And so I say when you don't know what to do, now some people disagree with this and go, no, think, sit, wait, strategize. And there's a place for all of that. There's a place for prayer, for sure. There's a place for strategy, for sure. But also there's a place for getting the wheels turning, for motion, for energy, for follow-up, for something. So how do you make decisions? What is your filter, Dean Smithia, for making decisions? And I think I have a very simple filter, Amanda Beener, for making a decision. Okay, I want you to listen to this, guys. So I drew a straight line right there in my notebook. And what I did is I drew a line and I drew the A to B, and B is my outcome. Now this is where it gets tricky. B is my ideal future. So here's the question you ask when you're making a decision: will this move me closer to my B? And if it won't, why am I doing it? Will it move me closer to my B? Now, this is where it gets tricky. Some people put happiness as their B. Will it make me more happy? Will I think I'm happy if I make this decision? So I look at it like this. B is a championship. A is my current position. Will this move help me move toward that B? And if it will, then the decision is easy. Make the investment, spend the money, get the relationship, do whatever it is you got to do. So remember what I'm telling you. The next best decision you can make is a decision that moves you closer toward your B. If your B is passive income, for example, and you say, look, my B's passive income, and I want $500,000 of passive income. That's greater than my living expenses, Travis Talley. Then you step back and you go, okay, what are the actions I could take between A and B to get me there, okay? How much passive income do I currently have? What are the mechanisms I have in place to produce passive income? See, now I start going down a path of actions So remember this as you go throughout the day and you make decisions. The best decision, Kenya Robbins, you can make is the next right decision, although we don't know if a decision's right or wrong. So we have to grasp that we're going to make wrong decisions, okay? So we can't have the fear of making a wrong decision cost us time, money, energy. If you could know something 5 years ago, like I wish now, if I went back, I've written 17 books. I wish now I would have gotten coaching 15 books ago on how to make a book a bestseller. I wish before I'd spoken at 10X, people taught me how to make an offer correctly. I wish that, I would have had certain types of coaching during my first couple of years of running this business. I wish that maybe I would have chosen some different investment vehicles 10 years ago. See, when we know better, we do better, okay? Which is why, so people don't make decisions because of fear of the unknown. And, I totally get that. So I would encourage you, get clear on the B, move toward the B, Daniel Hodges. Stay focused on the B. And that is really how we need to make a decision, which means to cut something away or to let something go so that we can go have something. Now, last thing, I was reading my book yesterday because I got 50 copies, and people are starting to get their books, by the way. So I'm doing an 8-week, Daniel Hodges. I'm doing 8 weeks, an 8-week Not Your Mama's Book Club for all the people who purchased the book, okay? So that's going to start second week of February. Can't wait. And so I've been reading the book, and I came across the word passion. And I said in the book, passion means to suffer. You guys know that's a definition of passion? One definition of passion means to suffer. Okay? Isn't that crazy? It means to suffer. So suffer for what? Let's use another word, sacrifice. What am I doing? Giving up something to have something. Giving up something to have something. Letting go of something to have something. Okay? Okay, so when you're thinking about this concept, A to B, good morning, Lee, good morning, Mark. Passion equals to suffer, sacrifice, to have something in the future. Okay, so when you're making a decision, that means cutting something away. The decision should move you toward your B, but it's probably going to require some action. Now, my wife and I were talking about this morning when God took the Israelites out, they had to be circumcised. They had to cut something away. And then the next generation had to go back and be circumcised. So they had to give up something to get something. Every generation has to pay some kind of price to be able to get something. That was the moral of that story, okay? So for you, this is what I worry about with the next generation, 20 to 30, then the next generation, 10 to 20. Do they know how to sacrifice to get something? Okay? That's a question that we need to ask. That's why we built Success School. So if you're out there today, what's the best decision you can make? The next right decision. What is that? What's the second best decision? The next wrong decision. What's the third decision? To do nothing. And that is a decision. Okay? So, Coach Burt, everybody needs a coach. Some of you are getting your books. Congratulations. Book's shipping out next week, 31st. So if you hadn't got it, you got to get it before then. Get in that 8-week Not Your Mama's Book Club. Okay? Ain't no chicken soup for the soul. This is flip the switch, baby. This is how we're going to do this, okay? You guys have a great day.